All right, man. Just this is a great team win tonight. Just really proud of our guys, and the way they came back. I mean, we've had 2 tough weeks, 2 tough losses. They came down to the inside of 25 seconds on both of those losses. And we talked about it the off week and then last week. Our guys came back with a lot of spirit, a lot of energy, and I thought they showed it tonight. I was really especially proud of our defense tonight. Offensively, we put those guys in some tough situations, and but they kept rising up and essentially basically gave up 2 drives. The first drive and then the drive there in the second half. But so extremely proud of those guys. And then I think offensively, really proud of our guys up front, our offensive line. I thought this is a defensive team that we're playing tonight that has not given up very many rushing yards on the season, and to go rush for over 300 and get 2 guys over 100. That says a lot about the boys up front and the way they were able to block. We didn't throw the ball, very good at all tonight. So we obviously got to do better there. But the way our running game carried us, and I think that was the big thing. And then, we've been taking care of the football tonight. We did not. And it's always good when you can come out victorious on a night when you turn the ball over. So we got to clean that up, obviously. Proud of Cooley. He went over 100 yards for the first time in his career as a true freshman. Raheem Craig, first time he's played, gets a big sack, which was big time for him. Josh Minkins, we talked about this earlier in the week that he was going to be able to play, and he gets a big time interception. Young guy. So, a lot of these young guys that are playing, I think Dorian Jones was another guy that got a lot of minutes tonight at the will linebacker that played really good. So, just a lot of guys I thought played really, really well and came down to the end there, and we were able to close it out with a nice drive with a big-time run by Cunningham there to get the last touchdown.
Scott, speaking of Cunningham, just talk about his overall performance. It seems like he can be trapped around the end zone, and he's determined. And talk about his overall play.
I've got the best seat in the house, right there, and I don't know how he gets out of some of those. It's incredible, some of those runs that he was able to make tonight. The defense guessed right a few times, and he still gets first downs. I mean, so he's a really good athlete, but he's also an extreme competitor, and I think that just fuels him to try to get first downs and to make the play. And sometimes that gets him in trouble. But you love the spirit that he has and the way he plays like that. And we tried some things in the passing game, and probably I thought number 10 made a great play. We're going to take a shot for Tyler Harrell down there. It was a great interception. We're trying to hit Marshawn on a little bender, and number 9 played it great. He jumped the route, and so those are 2 unfortunate throws there that were picks, but good plays by the defense. Sometimes they get it right, but he can't stand it, and I think it again speaks to his competitiveness. But man, super proud of the way he played. He's again, we feed off the way he played. His competitive spirit, and I think that's what we want in this football team.
Follow up on Malik. Option pitch.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of
that was old school, wasn't it?
Old school, wishbone quarterback kind of thing. Do you ever think about adapting the offense more to him in that way?
No, but we sprinkle a little bit of it in. Just like that play right there was. I joke with him because when I played, that was my play. That was the play we ran back 35 years ago whenever I played. I mean, actually it was about 25, but 25 years ago. But it's kind of the late pitch, and what's funny on that play, we kept telling them, listen, they're going to run to the pitch. You're going to run the football. Well, we'd already run it a couple of times, and then the guy came to him, and he looks out there because we told the running back, make sure you're stretching it. And he's almost to the sideline on Malik. He's like, Coach, he's way out there. So he had to throw it like this, and so it just kind of one of those arcing deals, and it came right to Mitchell and almost took it to the house. But that's a thing of beauty if you like option football. And but no, we want to be a spread pro style offense, but with the ability to run some option and the ability to run some zone read option, and that was just a belly G type option play that we haven't run much. We ran it last year against them and had some good success against it, and so we brought it back. And man, that was matter of fact, the second drive, first play, Malik goes for 25 on the same play, so it was a good play the way they set up their defense.
Hey, Coach, Dalton, Cardinal Sports Sun. You mentioned on Monday that Josh Minkins was a guy that was basically forcing you all to play with how he had been performing, and just talk about, with his injury history early on this season, to be able to get that interception, at a pivotal spot in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. No, oh man, I'm extremely happy for him because, anytime a guy that's worked the way he's worked the last 3 weeks, it's awesome because you want to reward guys for working that way. And he's a guy that needed to play, quite honestly. And to be able to let him go out there and play, and he did good tonight, and then to get an interception, man, that's awesome for him. And being at the right place at the right time. It was a great pressure. I think it was Yaya that hit the quarterback. The ball goes up. But that was a good play by him, and he'll continue to do that. We'd love to be able to get maybe a 3-man rotation at that safety spot with Duncan Cole and him, and let all those guys, because it just helps the other guys too. So now they can come off, take a break, and then get back in the game and make the play. Because sometimes when you come out, you can see what's happening, and it just kind of refocuses before you go back out there again.
Scott, this is Ken Spencer, WHAS 11. You mentioned, Makins, Jones, Craig, all of these guys who were making plays tonight. Did they show you something during the bye week and they've been training, or was it almost like, might as well give these guys a shot to see what they can do?
Well, Raheem Craig, for sure. He's been on the scout team, so we get to see him every day on our end of the field. And when he, one thing he can do is pass rush, and so we're like, listen, he hadn't played much at the beginning, so we got 4 games to play him and still get a red shirt out of him. So we're like, let's put him out there and see what happens in our dime package where we're putting more speed on the field. And he's part of the dime package because of the way he can rush the edge. And that, I don't even know if the tackle even barely touched him, when he got that sack. And so, because we have a hard time blocking him, he's undersized defensive end. That's why he basically needs a year to try to bulk up. But he's got a lot of quickness and a lot of speed. But yeah, Minkin, same thing. So these guys are starting to show, when you want to reward them and put them out there, they're helping us win games, which is awesome.
Coach Pat Jaggers, ESPN Global. Looking back at the NC State game for Boston College, when Grosel faced a lot of pressure, he didn't perform very well. And early in the week, he talked about against Virginia, really, looking back, probably brought more pressure there. How much of it was looking at film and saying, you know what, we're going to bring a lot of pressure because Grosel struggles with it, versus just looking back at Virginia and being like, you know what, we probably should have brought more pressure?
Well, I think it's probably both. I think, now that quarterback 2 weeks ago was different than this quarterback. That kid's good, man, at Virginia. He's a really good player, has a lot of poise, and so, we're trying to do a little bit of too much probably when we go back and play them. We're trying to drop 8, you're trying to bring pressure, So where's the fine, happy medium? But tonight we wanted to be aggressive. That was just the game plan. Let's be aggressive defensively. We knew we had to stop the run. That was a big thing that we were worried about. So let's get a lot of guys around the box, stop the run. And then since you're there, every now and again we're going to keep bringing some pressure with them. And I thought our pressure got to them. I don't know what we had, 5 sacks maybe tonight. Which was awesome. That's 2 games in a row with 5 sacks. But this team obviously didn't throw it as much as Virginia. But putting that pressure on them, I think. Obviously put them in long yardage situations in the first half. I don't know how many they didn't convert many third downs because they were in long yardage situations, and I think 3 for 14 on the night. So, continue that a little bit in the second half as well, getting them off the sticks.
Scott came with the Curry Journal, kind of off that. This defense waited 2 weeks and just heard everything people were saying about them. Do you feel like they came out with a little bit more motivation? And for them, it's probably the first time, maybe the second time this year, they put 4 full quarters. Is this what you think this defense can be on a consistent basis? Well,
I think our coaches did a great job this last week. I think our kids did. Obviously, if you're hearing it for 2 weeks that you're not very good on defense, you want to do something about it. And but I also think this offense we played is not like these offenses we've played. I think that's a big thing to look at. Ole Miss, Wake Forest, Virginia. Who's the other one? UCF with Dylan Gabriel. Yeah. That's 4 really good offenses. And I think, it's hard to stop those guys, And so, I think this is what we can be. We got to continue to get better. We got to continue to develop. And like these young guys are starting to make plays, which is awesome. And, I think obviously they're going to keep getting better.
And another question, guys. Obviously, Court Johnson didn't coach today. Just what's going on there, and do you know when he'll be back?
Yeah, no, Court just asked for a leave of absence, and we granted that to him, and but we don't have a timetable for the return.
Scott Dominic with the Courier Journal. Looking at the offensive drives where there's a few dry spots, but then at the end where you were able to have that touchdown, what was done differently to where you guys were able to have a little more success, like on that last drive? Yeah,
I think the last drive we're trying to get in some formations that we thought we could have success in, and we hit a couple of those plays. And I think, once you pop a few plays, then we just got in a good rhythm. And then once we got down, they started taking their timeouts. and it came down to 3rd and 3, and we just want to put the ball in Malik's hands. You know, we put it in his hands. The guys did a great job blocking it up. Great job blocked by Mitchell, the running back, on their linebacker, and then he hits it up inside, broke 2 tackles for a touchdown. So we're trying all game to find those plays that are going to work. You know, sometimes they just start working, and the guys up front, you know, put on themselves. Let's go win this game right here.
Coach, you mentioned Malik had the 14-yard run in
Yeah.
the fourth quarter to really kind of put this game away.
Mm-hmm.
How much confidence do you guys have to just, when you need to go win the game, put the ball in his hands and let him go work?
Yeah, I mean, tremendous confidence. You know, I mean, he's a dynamic runner. The teams that we play, they have to defend the pass. I mean, they got to be out there covering those wide receivers. And so when they do that, you know, it's going to free him up to make those runs. And we designed that one run that he scored on. Actually, that was a run that we practiced all week inside the 3-2-1 yard line going in. We knew it was desperation mode for them. They were probably going to play goal line defense, so that's why we called that play. And then Malik did the rest. It was a great run, great block. We lean on him for a lot. There's no question about it. But he usually comes through. When he doesn't, I grab his face mask when he comes on. Appreciate y'all.
Somebody left their phone up here? Oh, my bad.
Hey Malik, Dalton Pence, Cardinal Sports. Over the past 3 weeks, y'all have rushed for over 200 yards. Boston College is a team coming in, only allowed just under 126 per game. Y'all rushed for 331. Just talk about the overall, just focus on the running game. Has that been something that you've been focusing on, trying to get that going as weeks progress?
Yeah, I mean, we challenge the O-line every week to put us on their back. So when the passing game is not really working or going our way, we got to lean on the running game, and that's what we did today.
Early on, it looked like you were trying to get something going passing that wasn't really connecting. You all switched over to the run game. Was that a conscious decision for you to start tucking in and going a little bit more?
I mean, like I said, I mean the passes weren't there. They had a good scheme for us. Some of the stuff that we've been converting on in the past couple of weeks, and they had a plan for it. I mean, they study film just like we do, and they took it away, and so we had to lean on the run game, and it came through for us today.
Malik came with the Courier Journal. The run game has gotten better week by week, really dating back to the Florida State game. As you've seen it improve, I mean, did you imagine a 332-yard day, and just how much have you seen really the offensive line and all the backs grow?
332?
302.
Oh, rushing?
331 rush.
331, yeah.
Dang.
So, I'm assuming you didn't expect 301.
Nah, I mean, I wouldn't say I would expect 301, but I expected 200, 250 plus, considering that I challenge the O-line every week. But hats off to those guys. I mean, they put in work. A lot of experience up there. So I mean, they know the ins and outs of the offense, and they know they seen a lot of fronts and different blitzes and stuff. And they took it, put us on their shoulders, and we got on their back.
Like 133 yards for you tonight, and you talked about obviously looking at film. How much of your rushing was it design? Was it you just reading progressions and then deciding it was the perfect time to take it? Like how much of it based off the game film, what you guys wanted to execute, was actually planned on the run tonight?
Well, last year I think I rushed for like 130 against them, and that was the game plan going into this game. The ends were surfing. They have a very disciplined defense, so we knew what they were going to do, and the ends were crashing down inside, begging me to pull it, and so that's what I did.
Malik, 2 interceptions from you tonight. What was BC doing defensively that was giving you guys fits in the past game?
I mean, that was like I said, a great defensive coordinator called a good game. With passing the ball wise, he did a good job of scheming that up. And the first one, I mean, both of them my fault, but I got to do better protecting football. I've been doing that good this year, and it kind of got to me at halftime that they actually had 2 turnovers, but got to get hats off to the defense and keep playing, and that's what we did.
Obviously, your future is in a pro set type offense, but that one option pitch today gave some of the old ones among us flashback to the wishbone option quarterback. Is there a part of you that enjoys that style of play that you'd like to see that as a bigger part of the offense?
Yeah, I mean, that go all the way back to Little League. That actually felt like a Little League play because we used to run that all the time, man. I've been running that play my whole life, I feel like. And just something I'm comfortable with, and Coach loves to call that play. And I like that play. But yeah, I mean, pitched it to Jay Mitch, and he took it all the way down to the 10, and we finished that drive.
In the league, the defense, obviously 4 turnovers for you guys, but the defense found ways to keep them out of the end zone, and all but one of those turnovers.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk about their performance, bounce back performance after the Virginia game.
Oh man, those guys did a great job with helping us out because 4 turnovers from a team normally ends in a loss. But the defense came through, like you guys said, and just challenged those guys as well to just finish. I mean, last week was on both of us. We're down up 17, and we just didn't finish on offense or defense. And so today, they accepted the challenge, and they came through for us today.
I know you're one of the leaders of this group. Did you talk to the defense at all during the bye week about bouncing back, or you kind of just stick with
No, I mean, I talk to those guys every day because without them, I can't do nothing. Defense wins games, and the defense definitely won the game today. And yeah, man, got some young guys in here. Debo stepped up. Cooley stepped up, man. They need all the glory, not just me.
Malik, you have now 30 touchdowns, I believe, or 31 in your career, and over 2,000 yards rushing. Do you pay any attention to that at all? Is that
No, not at all, man. I'll see if somebody tag me in there. My mom sent it to me, but I mean, I wouldn't have those stats if it weren't for the O-line and running backs blocking and receivers blocking downfield, and my faith in God and Him blessing me with the athletic ability that I have, and yeah, man.
Malik, one more for me. A guy like Cooley, who's grown a lot since the spring. Just what was it like to see him go over 100 yards, and how much you feel like he adds to the running?
I mean, since Cooley's first day here, he came early. I knew he had something in him. It's like not a secret weapon because everybody knows he is now, but we got a 3-headed monster back there. Him being the youngest one coming in and finishing that game off how he did, hats off to him, man. I wish him nothing but the best. He got a bright future here, and I love that kid like my little brother.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Trey, came with the Courier Journal. Just what was it felt like over 100 yards for the first time in your career?
Honestly, I didn't have an idea that I was over 100 until my coach told me after the game. I didn't know, but when I first found out, it felt pretty good. You know, obviously I haven't ran for over 100 yards since my 11th grade in high school, so it felt great.